Okay, hi everyone. I hope that you can hear me and see me very well. I am Professor Alessandro Pagliattini. Today I am the chair of this session of the Open Day at Sapienza, Spotlight on Health Sciences program. Okay, first of all, I want to stress on the fact that this day is addressed for students who would like to start their academic career here at Sapienza University and which are particularly interested in health sciences, which are taught entirely, yes, okay, in English, starting from the next academic year. So today we will present some of the most important courses which are taught here in English at Sapienza University, starting perhaps from the most popular and more requested at the moment, that is medicine and surgery. Then we will switch to dentistry and dental prosthodontics, nursing, then a very new course based in Latina, that is molecular biology, medicinal chemistry, and computer science for pharmaceutical applications. And finally, my course, the course for which I am president, Bioinformatics, and also a master degree course that is biochemistry. So as you can notice, you have a lot of really interesting choices for your next academic career. This is more or less the program as scheduled. So you will notice that there are also some breaks for questions and answers. So feel free to ask any questions, any doubts that you have to clarify and to make the good choice for your future. Just before leaving the ground to the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Villari, I just want to stress on the fact that the reason why you should choose Sapienza. And I would list at least three important reasons. So the first one is that Sapienza is the biggest university in Europe and is ranked as the top 100 universities globally. And this is very important because here at Sapienza, other than having cutting-edge technology, we have also links with leading hospitals here in Rome. But last but not least, I want to stress on the fact that you have the opportunity to live and to carry out your studies in one of the most beautiful cities of the world, Rome, and to live also the Mediterranean lifestyle. So I warmly welcome to Sapienza University, and I leave the ground to the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Bieran. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, the Professor Pagliardini.
Bravo. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you very much, the Professor Pagliardini. Good afternoon to everyone. Ciao, Emanuele. And welcome to this, open day organized by Sapienza, dedicated to international students of future international students of the Sapienza University of Rome. Let me introduce myself very briefly. My name is Paolo Villari, and I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Medicine of Sapienza University of Rome. But actually, here in Sapienza we have three medical faculties, and so I'm doing this welcome address also on behalf of Professor Domenico Alvaro, who is the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Dentistry, and the Professor Rino Rendina, who is the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Psychology. So, I have to say that Professor Pagliardini has already said all the things that I would like to outline. But however, I would like to say and to stress the fact that the Sapienza is not only the largest university of Rome and of Italy, but is also the largest university in Europe, and is also one of the oldest university in Italy and Europe, because it was founded more than 700 years ago. It's a very large university, an incredible large university, because we count more than 10,000 students, and many professors, at least, I mean, maybe quite 4,000 professors, and maybe the same number, quite the same number of administrative staff. But I mean, Sapienza University of Rome is a largest university in Europe. It's a sort of city inside the big capital of Rome. I wanted to say that these two staff, the Sapienza University and the city of Rome, they are strictly interconnected, because I mean, I'm saying to the international fusion of international students who are connected. Rome is a sort of living museum with a lot of monuments, a lot of history, but it is also, I mean, the dynamic, very dynamic European capital. So the very international, with some local stuff, the local characteristic that render the city of Rome absolutely unique and very fascinating. So, as the professor Pagliardini already said in his speech, here today you will have the opportunity to explore our different academic programs that are 6 in the field of health science courses. So we have 3 courses in medicine, medicine and surgery, medicine and dentistry, and nursing. And then we have the other very interesting courses, such as the molecular biology, the medicinal chemistry, and computer science for pharmaceutical application, then bioinformatics, and then also the biochemistry. Professor Pagliardini already said that strictly connected with the university. There are 2 very important hospitals in Rome that are teaching hospital. Policlinico Umberto I, that is an hospital very close to the university campus, just connected, just very close to the campus, and also the hospital Sant'Andrea, I mean, that is another very important hospital of Rome. Allow me to highlight 3 key points. First of all, I mean, here we have students from across the globe creating a multicultural environment that fosters personal and academic growth. I already said to you that the students in Sapienza are more than 10,000 of students. 10%, at least 10% of these students are international. So here in Sapienza now, at this moment, we have something like 10,000 of international students. So it is a very international, I mean, environment. Our biomedical degrees, that is medicine and surgery, medicine and dentistry, and nursing, are professionally qualifying in the sense that, I mean, they prepare future doctors in medicine, future dentists, and future nurses. And they have to outline, maybe the professor Giulia Damati will outline also this, that very recently, the medicine and surgery program has recently obtained accreditation from the World Federation of Medical Education. So our course is, I mean, is a sort of accreditation allowing the graduates, for example, this is very important, to apply for biomedical residencies in the United States. The other 3 programs, they are very interesting. I repeat the name, the title of these 3 programs. First, molecular biology, the medicinal chemistry, and computer science for pharmaceutical application, bioinformatics 2, and 3 biochemistry, represent absolutely the Sapienza the commitment to the sort of interdisciplinary education in life science, the biotechnology, and digital innovation. They are designed to prepare students for cutting-edge careers in pharmaceutical research, biomedical data analysis, and industrial or academic laboratory. There is no doubt that this course are offering students skills that are very important and increasingly in demand in global job market. So this is just an opening address. During this afternoon, you will have the opportunity to explore all the programs. So from my part, thank you very much for attending. Welcome to Rome and welcome to Sapienza University of Rome. Thank you very much for your attention. Now then, Professor Paris.
Thank you very much, Professor Hillary, for this very nice introduction. I think that now it's time to start with the presentations of the courses. So, the first one, you start here, okay? Okay. The first one, of course, is medicine and surgery with the introduction of Professor Giulia Damati. And we have also Professor Coletti. Just a moment. Before starting, I don't know if you have already questions. Not? Okay. Okay. We can leave them at the appropriate section. Yeah, okay, this one. No, okay. Okay, Julia.
Hello, just a few words to introduce to you our vision, our mission, and our passion. All our students will become excellent doctors. Believe me, we work hard on this goal. We work hard to provide you with knowledge, curiosity, ability to constantly update. We work to make you able to do things, which means to acquire skills, which are not only practical skills, which are also communication skills, which are essential if you want to become an excellent doctor. So please stay tuned. I will leave the floor to Professor Dario Coletti. He is one of the best teachers we have, and is also in charge for the international advertising of our degree course. So he's the best person to talk about our course, his potentials, and his mission. Please.
Wow, thank you very much, Professor Damati, for the nice introduction. You will see, guys, if you get into our school, that I'm not as nice as she says, because I'm the one with whom you will fail the exam at the first on the first year. That is histology and embryology, just to encourage you. So, guys, let me start from the most important component of our institution, of our school, that are the people. We gather about 70, 60, 70 students, a few dozens of students from all around the world. So we are quite selective, I have to say. Unfortunately, we have a small number of students. However, if you get in, then you have a very high ratio of faculty members and clinical tutors versus students. That is very good for you, of course. These faculty members are, of course, not only professors like me, but also clinical tutors. We have a nice program of visiting professors joining us from all around the world. Every year we have one or two of them. So you will see it's a very rich environment, not only on the side of the students that are very international. 95% of the students are strangers, are from abroad, but also from the professor point of view. The content of this slide has been already introduced. Let me just add, in respect to the other things that have been said already, that Sapienza is a university that is also close to many other research centers that add up to a vibrant research environment. A few minutes walking distance, I mean, from us are the National Center for Research and and other major research institutions. So here's the point. Here's what you get when you attend to our school, a degree in medicine and surgery. And as our dean has already mentioned, we are now recognized by the World Federation for Medical Education. Therefore, this degree will be valid in most world countries. What we want, of course, is to form professionals being able to deal with clinical issues based on a strong preparation that involves not only the basic knowledge of the mechanisms underlying disease, but also some technical and theoretical skills, of course. So whatever is behind this practice. Here is our plan of studies. I will not go into details because it's small. There are many exams, of course, a few dozens of them, as you can see, scattered throughout 3 years. And the two kind of squares that you see actually highlight immediately that there is a sort of double, a sort of a subdivision of this path that involves, of course, courses that are based on lectures, like all this that you see, but also some courses that are electives that you can choose. So you're not obliged to just follow a pre-built path, but you can follow also your interests, your passions, and as Professor Damati said. This will be completed by the training program that involves several activities, and that's what I want really to details. Let me so just tell you that we will, in addition to the classical lectures during the courses, we will have some practical activities that are called skill labs. So you will learn how to apply your skills. It's not just a theoretical knowledge. You will practice. You will exercise on with in let's say with stuff mimicking actual conditions. And this is the newest improvement that we have, 3D settings that we are developing and setting up now to get a one-to-one tutoring in different emergency settings. Of course, it's not just a matter of putting a needle into a skin, into a vein. What we want to obtain is also a medical doctor that has some extra skills, something that you cannot find everywhere, and that has been recently developed. Professor Damati paid a lot of attention on this in the recent years. Basically, what we are trying to develop is a better relationship between the doctor and the patient, which is a very complicated relationship because, it's not balanced. It's very actually asymmetric. So it's very important to have good communication skills, empathy, and other features like this. So this is in the frame of medical humanities, something that we want to develop. It's not just important to know how much is your albumin level in the plasma, but it's also important how to say to this patient that it's not enough to be in a healthy condition. It's not good for him or her. And this is so important that we actually have recently hired an actor who's pretending to be a patient, and we are so doing this sort of role games that are particularly important in a country where all these foreign students do not speak Italian, while some of the patients you will deal with speak only this language. So it's particularly important not only to deal with a patient, but to deal with an Italian patient who doesn't speak English, the common language that we use in our courses and tutoring activities, of course. In other words, learning Italian language will be another opportunity, an additional opportunity that you will have in addition to other special opportunities such as a honor path for students that will to get involved in some extra activities that will give you this special mention. And then, of course, there are fellowships, so you can get some monies to help your to contribute to your budget in exchange for your assistance as a tutor, for instance, as a senior student. And don't forget that we have the Erasmus program that allows mobility throughout Europe, which is not necessarily, but most importantly, an exchange of students throughout this network of university that's called CIVIS, to which Sapienza belongs, that involves both European and African universities. So I will be close to the ending. Let me just tell you why all this. Why should you choose our School of Medicine and Surgery? There is a growing need of medical doctor and other professional positions, such as those that will be mentioned soon after me. We are hiring in Italy. We are hiring people from the European Union, from other countries, and the path is growing. Actually, the trend is growing. So there are many jobs opportunities in Italy. There are many opportunities to secondary education, such as residency, PhD programs, and ultimately you end up living in Italy, one of the countries with the highest quality of life. And not only in Italy, if you choose our school, you're gonna come to Rome. That is, I mean, I don't need to comment. That is this in respect to Milan or other foggy northern cities. So you will find some links here and online on our pages to know more. You might not be willing to remember this complicated word, so you may want to Google us. If you do that, not only tape Sapienza, medicine, surgeries, these keywords. Don't forget to add the year. You want to add 2025, otherwise you will end up in pages that might be obsolete. In addition, we have our great secretariat in the person of Luciana D'Amore. Dr. D'Amore is very available, so take a screenshot of this slide to remember the email address. If you need more information, contact her. I will not spend additional words on how to get in these famous tests because Professor Longo will talk about that in the second session. And so I stop here, wishing you to get into our school and looking forward of meeting you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Dario, for your nice presentation. Thank you very much, Julia. I don't know if stay here, Dario, in case there are questions. Okay, do you have any questions regarding this presentation? That was very, very clear.
If there is anything in
Yeah,
in
let's
chat.
see, just a moment. Okay. So let's see if there are some questions here in chat. This is Fabrizio. I don't think that Fabrizio has any questions regarding.
Is adding the links to the institutions or web pages we were mentioning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, here you can find very useful links for the applications, and University Italy, especially for foreign students, and so on. Okay, so at the moment there are no questions. Later during the break. Okay. So we can switch to the second presentation. Professor Ottolenghi. Dentistry. Okay, this one. Okay. Okay, yes. So it will be a presentation on dentistry and dental prosthodontics.
It's not the best title.
Okay. It's the ground to you. Thank you.
So thank you very much to the whole people that decided to organize this meeting, because this is very important to address our potential students and all the people who are interested in our didactic offer. So I thank you very, very much. And I'm presenting now the course in dentistry. So this is the dental prosthodontics is of course a formal title, but we are an international school in dentistry, and it's a 6-year course that is entirely in English and is an international environment. We have almost all international students in our course. There is the number of people who are admitted to the course is approximately 25. It's 19 people from EU and 6 plus 6 extra EU. So it's a really international environment. And in particular, the first year is shared with the course of medicine and surgery. So this is a peculiarity in our university, and the students have the possibility of living the first year together with the medical students. So it's a kind of link that they start together, and also is significant of the collaborative environment that we are living here in Sapienza. The structure is of 6-year course, and you have an Italian course also in dentistry that is quite similar. Now, the activities are basically divided in basic discipline that are partly shared with medical school, that are on the basic disciplines for the training dentist, and that deals with structure, functions, and molecule biology, physics, and chemistry, etc. Then in the next year, starting from the second year approximately, we have also other disciplines that are we call it supplementary activities, that are also student choice elective educational activities that starts from the very beginning and help the students to choose his or her proper vision and also vocation of the educational path. And then we have the core activities, that means not only the dental and radiological disciplines, but all the medical disciplines that are relevant to a dental practice. So we have also lab, interdisciplinary training, and then also other didactic activity on advanced technologies, computer science, scientific English, etc. So the peculiarity of the dental school now is that we have 90 credits. 90 credits means 90, you have to do 90 per 25 hours. So I'm not as good as in math, but it's a lot of time, that are distributed from the second year throughout the 6th year, and they are in internship and clinical training. And especially in the 6th year, the 6th year is a quite almost completely professional training course that it's dedicated to clinical and practical training, problem solving, with specific focus on outgoing orientation for professional life. So it's something that we are very focused on, and our students at the end of their course will have both practical training, and also can choose at least 8 credits of personal choice professional training. So it's also in this case we have a flexibility of clinical offer. Where are we? We are not exactly inside the university citadel or the university pure polyclinic. We are in front of it, in front of the polyclinic. We have a didactic building that is of the Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Science, and is very, very modern classroom, very updated classroom. And then we have the widest clinical public dental health center in Italy that is include both the dental clinic and the George Eastman Institute that represent the core of the professional activity of our students. So our students are included and welcomed in our clinical department, in the head and neck department of the polyclinic. So we have also other possibility. We in dentistry, and from next year we will have also a minor in digital medicine that is in common with medical schools, that aims to build a new competences on telemedicine, all that relates to the digital medicine and the technological activity. And the end of this 3 years parallel course, I would say, students will have basic digital skills, and also can be interrelated also with the engineers, computer sciences, statistician, etc. So to have a better skill in this area. Of course, it's not compulsory; it's something elective, but still is a possibility. Other had mentioned it, but also I would like to mention dentistry in the World University Ranking by subject, because we are there. The last three, the third last is dentistry. So I'm very proud that we have been mentioned in the Sapienza ranking. And but this is because we have in our three faculty, as Professor Dillon was saying, a very good coordination. So you will find professor for all the faculties teaching in the course. We are part of the medicine and dentistry faculty, of course, but you will have professor for all over the faculties of the medical faculties, also and beyond. We have a wide range, a wide network of Erasmus possibility for the exchanges with different universities, both in Europe, and we are starting to have also extra Europe agreement. And we have also a postgraduate offer that I would like to mention, because we have 3 residency school, that's oral surgery, pediatric dentistry, and orthodontics. And then we have also a PhD school. PhD course is a multi-disciplinary course in innovative technologies in skeleton, skin, and neurocranial district. Professor Damati is inside this PhD schools also. And then there are a lot of training courses, specialized theoretical practical courses. The offer is very, very, very wide. So to go towards a conclusion, which is the objective of our course, of course, is and the objective of our profession, I would say. So to take care of patient oral health, and but on the other side, to have also a wide possibility, a great advantage of having professional gratification. The numbers say that our course has a very, very low unemployment. So people work very go well and very soon after the graduation. And there is a great potential of choosing also the area of activity. We, at the end of our course, of course, our student will know and will know how to do also. And but there are some needs to choose our school. It's not, you have to be interested and available to others. You have to be interested in improving personal and general well-being and health. And you have to be available not to stop in developing your skills and to be available in continuously updating your professional knowledge. So this is a choice. It's a very beautiful choice. It's a very gratifying choice, but it's also a very demanding profession. So I hope to see you soon in our classes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Livia. Okay, I suppose that there are some questions. I don't know. I would leave the questions to the appropriate section. Okay, so just be patient for 15 minutes because now it's time for the presentation of nursing, so we can cluster all the questions together. So we close this one. Okay. And now it's time for Professor Carmine Savoia. So, thank you very much, Carmine.
Good afternoon to all, and thank you for coming to the second meeting following of a successful last year meeting. And my task is to present the nursing course. And I'm a medical doctor, and in fact, I'm the president of this course, which is very active and very attractive, as I will have the chance to see. Let me just start with the words of Florence Nightingale, which who is back into 2 centuries ago, the founder of the modern nursing activity and system. Therefore, she said nursing is an art. So for people that wants to approach this, not only medicine, and if it's to be made an art, it requires an exclusive devotion, as hard a preparation as any patience or sculpture's work. For what is that having to do with dead canvas or dead marble, compared with having to do with the loving body, the temple's God spirits? It's one of the finest arts. I had almost said the finest of the finest arts. Therefore, I mean, it's something that is a little bit more than just bones, blood, and so forth. So, just more specifically, coming to our Bachelor of Science in Nursing, our course prepares students to work as certified clinical nurses in public and private health facilities. Students learn the correct application of diagnostic and therapeutic procedures, acting individually and in collaboration with other healthcare and social service operators. The nursing degree program at Sapienza University is in 3-year bachelor's degree program taught in English. The course consists of full-time classes and a practical internship, adding up to 180 credits. You know, each credit is 12 hours. The program is based on lectures, seminars, practical simulation, like you already saw also in the other 2 courses, and hospital internships, including traditional learning activities, modern teaching tools, training with specialist health services, and laboratory activities. The professor can organize exam for the course, which can be written or oral, based on the professor's preference. Usually we push on the written type, but sometimes also oral. Classes will be held in the faculty building next to Azienda Hospedale in Sant'Andrea Hospital, the one that the Dean just cited, and in Sapienza campus. I don't speak about Sapienza campus that already my colleagues introduced to you, but I would like just to introduce the new campus, which is actually just next to the other pole of Movida, Young Movida, which is Ponte Milvio, and which is in the beautiful area of Beio Park, which is a protected area just close to Rome, which is actually Rome. And in fact, we have the new building, in which students, also medical students and nursing students, and all the other courses can interact each other with teacher. The hospital, the old hospital, and new hospital that will be ready in a few months for you. So Grotta Rossa is the area in which this campus is located. Now, coming back to the course, the Bachelor in Nursing includes a practical internship in the hospital. A total of 1,800 working hours is required for graduation from the course. And the student will begin the internship practical in the spring of the first year course, 3 years course, we say. And they will be expected to perform the practical responsibility of a nurse, including preparation and admission and administration of medication, bed making, patient's hygiene, venous access catheterization, all these practical activities. The internship is mandatory in English for the beginning of the first year. Nevertheless, the student must actively learn Italian to continue the internship. We support them because interaction with the patient in Italy is in Italian. No Italian language exam is required for admission, but the internship will be easier for students with some Italian knowledge, of course. As Professor Toleni said, we also do Erasmus program. I want to spend several words on that because already Professor Ottolenghi spoke about this, but you can have more information about our program, offering grants also to help this opportunity. And we have several internships abroad, including places in Malta, Greece, and Finland. And you can find on this link more information. Our code is 28614 in order to find our course. With respect to the work opportunities, graduates can pursue further education by enrolling in master's degree programs after passing an admission test, of course, organized by universities, first-level professional master's courses, and specialization courses. After mastering degree, they can enroll in second-level professional master's courses such as PhD programs. Upon registration in the professional association or the OP, which is different from that of the medical doctor, they can operate in public and private hospitals of any sort. And they can also work as freelancers in other local, national, and European structures. Now, just a few words on the admission to the course. The entrance exam is entirely in English and is a written test, multiple choice text, with 5 answer options. And those are the topics that usually are required. 12 questions general knowledge, 10 on logical reasoning, 18 on biology, 12 on chemistry, and 8 on physics and math questions. The students have 100 minutes, and those are the scores in order to enter to be admitted in the course. Of course, if there is no response, is 0. If the response is incorrect, it's -0.4. We admit 18 students, 17 resident in Europe, not necessarily European citizen, but resident in Europe, and 1 extra European Union. And these are admitted with the highest overall score. And of course, if any of those refuse, the next student in the ranking will be admitted, and so on. we experienced in the past years a very attractive issue on our course. Since, for instance, last year we had 100 subscription to the test, and 95 people presented to the test. All 18 people that were high in rank entered in the course, and usually we don't have necessity to perform OFA because our students are well prepared as basic preparation. Then, the score will be posted on the course website. To find the course website, you should find our code on our catalog course, as usual practice. Those are the tools to prepare for the exam. Please take in account that there are no given materials, and therefore you can just access by these tools listed over here. Sorry. The necessary documents you can find on the links over here: valid ID card and passport, study visa issued by enrollment person with matricolazione, receipt of request for the permesso di soggiorno, the other visa, and the permesso itself for student regularly living in Italy, high school diploma validated by CIMECA or declaration of value issued by the competent Italian consulate in your country. And here are the link for more details. Those are the fee, but I want to go deep on these. You can find on the link for the website, but please take in account that it's important to access to the discount or to support to have what is called in Italian ISEE, which is kind of related to the financial situation of each one. And if you don't have an ISEE, applying for ISEE evaluation at the CAF at least 30 days before the deadline, institutional deadline, sorry for the typos, for fee reduction. Now I would like to finish here and to have, I don't know if by clicking here I can directly. Here is the experience of one of our past students. Then can say by her words something on the course. Taking account also that the audience, the people that arrive in our course are all over the world. We had in the past also one person from the United States, and we have people from North Africa, people from Africa, people from Asia and Middle East.
Hi, my name is Jessica, and I'm a second-year student enrolled in Sapienza's English nursing course. The three-year bachelor's degree course in nursing prepares students to work as certified nurses in public and private healthcare facilities across Europe. The program is unique as it is the first and only nursing bachelor's degree held in English in Italy. Students will learn from lectures and seminars, while at the same time training in a hospital internship with nurse tutors and their peers. The course prepares students to work abroad in English or to have a career in Italy by offering free Italian language courses. This course also encourages students to spend time training in other European countries with Sapienza's Erasmus program. Overall, the course is a great opportunity to study in a diverse group of students and to train in the art of nursing. We hope to see you soon. Ciao.
So before lending the microphone to our chairman, I would like to say that the small group of the students act as a family and interacts very well with the educational directors that we have, and they are very glad to have studied in our course. Some of them leave for their countries, some of them remain during Italian course, and so we are excited to have applications, and we are glad to answer to questions. Later, the former educational director and member of the executive team of the course will answer properly also to your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cardinal. Yes. Oh, me. Oh. Okay, now it's time for some questions. We have some. We actually have some online questions.
Okay, but Professor Bernardini, if you know the idea, I will make some the initial question.
Of course.
Okay, while you are studying for the question that you were to answer. So, if they haven't understood well, I'm not sure that I have understood them well, but however, I'm joking, obviously. Okay, so these three courses, as well as the other three courses, they are entirely taught in English. So the English language is absolutely fundamental for the course. But in addition to that, they have understood also that also the Italian language is important for two reasons. First of all, because you have to interact with other people here in Italy. You have to negotiate the rent, you have to go to the supermarket and something like that. But also the Italian language is very important for interaction with the patients that are in many cases they are Italian. So my question to all you, the professor, all your president of the course, is very simple. Why to study, for example, the medicine in English, while you have the same opportunity to do this in Italian? Because if I have understood these courses are for international students, not absolutely, but for sure that there are also for Italian students. So my question is very simple. Why, for example, I am not an Italian student, so why I have to choose to study the medicine, surgery, or dentistry, or nursing in English instead of my language in Italian?
Okay. Is there anyone which would like to provide an answer to this very interesting question of Julia, of course.
Thank you, Paolo. The answer is we want to create an international community. We want to provide our Italian students with one more skill, which is the ability to communicate with citizens from all over the world, which is the ability to acquire additional skills which are very much requested in these times, like tolerance, curiosity, ability to understand each other across several languages, several cultures, and even several religions. Now, this is, in my personal view, the most important reason why. But, of course, for Italian students who want to study in English, the added value is the possibility, if they want to continue their path outside from Italy, of course, they will be, it will be easier for them because we speak English currently every day. Italian is an important part of our everyday life because it's the only way we have to communicate with our patients, of course. So from my experience, not really my experience, but our students' experience, the international medical school is something more. They love the idea of being all together in this multicultural international environment. Another thing which, it's really important is that it's a small course. We have few students, and it's not exactly what he was asking, but the added value is to be able to create this community in a very, very limited environment from a numerical point of view. small classes, tutors, one-to-one, as Professor Coletti was saying, one-to-one tutors, one to few professors. So we are really followed. So it's an international course. Community is one of our key words, but also it offers more chances to learn better. I want to add something regarding our international possibilities. We already have some exchange programs with South Korea and Canada working. So the experience for Italian students and international students in medicine and surgery is extremely, extremely, I think it's a vast and exciting.
And another advantage that is very practically maybe is that the potential potential future student in medicine and surgery know quite for sure how to make the application for the next year. Can you say something about this aspect? That this is because IMAT is quite sure.
Okay, there are many questions about IMAT. First of all, it's still not official, but we can anticipate to you quite sure that you will apply for IMAT to get into the international courses of dentistry and medicine. And as I told to some students here, this is another value, because once you're in, you are in. And we will provide you with many, many more information in the second part of the program, with Professor Fatima Longo, who is, I think, is already connected, but Fatima, if you are here, you can already answer to some of the questions from our international students. We will give you all the details. Okay, so it's a challenge, but it's a great opportunity. Okay, you take the test, you pass the test, you are in. It's not fake enrollment, let's say. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Julia. And I don't know if Carmine would like to add something to this. Okay. Before Carmine, I just want to add that, okay, whether you're studying medicine, surgery, nursing, or so on, you have to think that, first of all, you are like a scientist. Actually, you are a scientist. And the official language for science is English. So it's very, very important, just replying to the question about Dean of Faculty, it's very important that you learn English very, very well. Okay.
Yeah, just a few words respect to what Julia already said, and also with regard to what Paolo asked at the very beginning. Indeed, we live in a globalized world without boundaries, and university is, for definition, a place without boundaries, which is very inclusive. And also our Italian students in all the courses needs to learn and to know another language, English namely, and in order to experience and to work, to have experience abroad, to come back with a more large background. Now, if we say that we have the privilege to work in one of the highest ranked university in Europe, then this is a big opportunity to give our passion, our way to teach to foreign students in order, as Julia already stated, to give a high quality preparation and to be on the stage with the biggest change without any boundaries. I think this is our way to bridge in the future, in the current and future society. That it's we are already one of our motto is the future is passed by here, and indeed it is.
Thank you very much. Professor Pellegrini would like to add something to this discussion.
Yes, I would like to underline the opportunity of learning in small groups. So we are both medicine and dentistry English course are smaller classes relating to the Italian one. So we teachers have most opportunity of organizing didactic in small groups to be closer to our students. So maybe this can be an aspect that can help in the choice, and also this is a more pragmatic aspect, that are extra places. I mean, for Italian students, it's another opportunity to study in Sapienza in health science. So it's something that can be a good opportunity anyway to be in our schools.
Very much. Livia, I completely agree with this point of view. Another possibility, of course, to take into account for students, for Italian students. Okay, I will go ahead with some questions coming from students who are connected. So, as a non-EU student, can I apply to more than one university along with Sapienza for enrollment so that I have more probability of getting into medical schools in Italy? I don't know if there is someone. I think there is no problem at all to be enrolled. So I repeat the question for the committee here. So as a non-European student, can I apply to more than one university along with Sapienza in pre-enrollment so that I have more probability of getting into medical schools in Italy?
No, I do think that they have to choose one. An extra, they have to choose one.
Yeah, as an extra European unknown, as an extra European student, I'm sorry, but okay, you can apply only to one.
Because IMAT is on national level. I mean, so you make
Yeah.
IMAT is a test that is made at national level. It is a national written exam at the beginning, and all the students are put in the sort of ranking.
Yeah,
so on the ground of the position in the ranking, they will have the possibility to choose among the different universities. Okay?
Exactly. For extra, you only one choice in Italy, of course. Okay. Another question from Fares Ismail. Will you talk about IMAT test in medicine? Yes, be patient. Just it will be the next talk.
And also it was 2:34, so it's been already said. Something has been said by the colleagues.
Okay.
The fact that there are questions of this.
You mean the other question? The next question? Okay, does we have to give an Italian language level exam to confirm that we're good? Of course, no. You don't need any to take any exam to confirm your ability to talk Italian. Absolutely, yeah. You don't have to learn basic Italian. I just want to stress on the fact that these courses are completely taught in English.
But with support in Italian. for
Can
teaching in order to have a foreign language.
Before clinical training, they have to learn basic.
Oh, okay. Before clinical training, you have to learn a little bit of Italian.
there are many professors that want to respond to this question. Fatima, I think that you are good. Because I mean, in all the course, the course is entirely, these courses are entirely taught in English. So you don't need any Italian in order to pass the exams, to learn things, and to be graduated. Absolutely, okay. But however, I think that you are in a good way because you realize from yourself that the Italian language is absolutely fundamental in Italy because you have to communicate with people and with patients. So no mandatory classes in Italian, but for sure, Fatima, you will interact with people, and at the end of the course, during the course, you will be a very good Italian student. Okay?
Perfect. Yes. Of course, it's better if you learn a little bit of Italian. So, other question: how many places are there in medicine and surgery? If you are in a low place in the ranking, are you sent in other cities and universities? Well, actually,
It's about the time. In English.
Many total.
No, I suppose only in English. Only places in English.
I think that it's about the 1,000.
One. I'm not.
No, 100 year.
Sì, ma lui dice a livello nazionale.
No, lui dice, allora, qui se non vengono, quanti sono qui? Se non vieni, se non sei nella rosa dei migliori, puoi andare altrove? Sì.
Allora, sono pericolosi.
Yeah, I leave the ground to the dean. Okay, who knows this kind of answer?
I mean, it is something that should already should be decided in the quite a few days, but I mean, nationwide, it's about something between 500 and 1,000 students. So the IMAT is at national level. So you will take the same test at national level. So at the end of this test, there will be the ranking. And if you are the first in the ranking, you will have the possibility to choose the university and the course that you have, okay, that we want. I mean, if you are lower in the ranking, you will have less the possibility to choose the university. If you are at the end of the ranking, you will not have no possibility. Okay?
Accepted. Okay. So another question. In your opinion, which is the best study method to pass the IMAT tests? Is it possible to pass the test studying only during summer?
This is the
Next topic. Yes, we will discuss these in a few minutes, so be patient. What does it mean only exam taken in English can be recognized? I don't know what.
Chiedo scusa se intervengo, sono Luciana D'Amore, la referente didattica del corso F. Ho appena risposto allo studente perché mi aveva posto un quesito circa il trasferimento da un'altra università. Quindi gli avevo spiegato già che trasferendosi da un'altra università doveva prima di tutto superare l'IMAT test e poi poteva fare domanda. Quindi ho già risposto in chat.
Ok. Grazie mille.
Professor Paiardini, can I confirm that the total number of the places available for medicine and surgery in Italy is the last year there was 949. So there will be more or less the same number also for this academic year.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Villari. Please, how many students do they admit per exam session in the medicine and surgery department? So that's always the next question. So I don't think that there is need for a reply in this case. And okay, that's it. So those were the questions for this session. There's another one. No, we have this one, the extra European student, IMAT, that we're going to talk about IMAT in a few minutes. And the Italian, the fact that it's good to have a little bit of Italian language experience, just la penultima, this one, in your opinion, which is the best study method? No,
But this is
no, we prefer to talk about this just in a moment because there will be the connection of the professor responsible for the IMAT test. So, okay. So I would leave 5 minutes break. Okay. Yeah, okay, because we are going to change, and in the second part of this session, we're going to talk about the bachelor degree and master degrees, which are much more focused on the biotechnology part, other than medicine. So just 5 minutes, and then we start again. Okay, thank you very much.
Non te la posso dire, ma la seguo per aiuto.
Grazie, grazie. Andiamo.
no, grazie.
Studying medicine in Rome in English. At Sapienza University, you can attend our international medicine courses recognized by the World Federation for Medical Education. Sapienza Università di Roma is one of the oldest universities in the world and enjoys a high ranking in the international hierarchy of research institutions. University fees in Rome are significantly inferior to those of UK or US degree courses, and the cost of living is lower than in several other Western cities. An added bonus, you will be living in one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Our international degree courses are attended by students coming from as many as 25 countries from Europe, but also Turkey, Iran, Korea, Vietnam, Japan, United States, Nigeria, Egypt, and many others. What is more, visiting professors from US, France, Spain, Brazil, and India come and teach here. The medicine degree courses of Sapienza University are part of prestigious international consortia, such as CIBIS and the M8 Alliance, together with universities such as Harvard, Yale, Stanford, and Oxford. Thanks to the Erasmus Plus program, you may acquire further experience by studying for a certain period in one of our many partner universities. Our international medicine courses combine tradition and innovation. Our key facilities are two university hospitals with modern structures such as skill labs or historically significant buildings such as our museums. In addition to prescribed lectures, our international courses offer several hands-on learning opportunities and classes to choose from according to your interests. Counseling and tutorship services are also offered in English, as well as excellence programs for deserving students, Italian language courses, and meetings on medical humanities subjects to help students socialize and exchange ideas. In order to enroll, you have to pass the IMAT test, International Medical Admissions Test, which is held twice a year. You can apply to sit the test on the Universitaly IT website if you have a secondary school diploma. Please remember that only a limited number of students are accepted. More than half international medical course graduates work in the health field or have started paid training within a year from graduation. Were you born in Italy? You will work towards an international career in a dynamic environment and enjoy teaching of the highest level as is recognized worldwide. Are you living abroad and wish to discover Italy and its culture? You will have a truly immersive experience, and at the end of the course, you will be able to continue your studies with a doctorate and a specialization in Italy, staying in the country to continue your medical career. Are you envisaging a future providing care for those who need it? Are you attracted to medical professions, dentistry, or nursing? Do you dream of a future in research or teaching? Are you fascinated by biotechnologies and AI applied to biomedicine or molecular sciences? Sapienza University is the right place for you. Plus, we are in Rome, simply a unique city in the world.
Okay, so here we are back for the second part of our meeting today, our open date, dedicated to a very hot issue to start with, this famous test that you have to pass to go into these schools we are talking about today. The IMAT test. For that, we have Professor Fatima Longo, who's online. And she will not only tell you more about this test, answering to some of the questions that you have already seen in the thread online, in the chat channel, but also how to get ready for this test. So, Fatima, please share your screen, and I leave you. All right, we're gonna see it. It seems to be fine. At the moment, your microphone is off.
Okay.
Yes, it's great.
Can you see? Can you hear me?
It's perfect. We hear you, we see you, we see the slides.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'll guide you through the resource available for the preparation IMAT test. In the first slide, our project Walking Towards Medicine, our story began 25 years ago. And the aim of this project is to prepare students to face and overcome the IMAT admission test. The IMAT test consists in 16 multiple choice questions in math, physics, chemistry, biology, reading skill, and logical reasoning. The course is open, is for all students, and consists in 150 hours. The is online, so you have the possibility to follow the course. Classes be held from 19 of July until 15 of September. Remember, this code is important for inscription to the course, 26604. During the course, we have a lecture with the teacher in real time, allowing for interactive learning, exercise and simulation with other students or with teacher to practice and reinforce knowledge and test strategies. We have online simulation, we have a section support session, and record lectures on demand. So you can access on demand resource. In this slide, we have the contact. For more information, you can send an email to orientamentoinrete@uniroma1.it, or you can visit the website Orientamento in Rete, or write WhatsApp to this number. So, thank you all for your attention, and I look forward to seeing you in our preparation course.
Thank you very much, Professor Longo. That's us thanking you for this information. Let me just maybe add a question right away. I'm not sure if it was clear enough. Is this preparation course, is there a fee or it's free? You know, I mean, do the students that want to attend, the candidates, let's
We
say,
have an inscription of €100.
Oh.
For this reason, it's important the code. If the student need more information, can scribe, can write WhatsApp, and I send all instruction for inscription.
Of course. All right. Thank you very much.
Only €100.
Yes.
Is all free, all the material, the book, the practice, the simulation, the software. We have also the e-learning platform Moodle. Okay.
Great. So as usual, we have a very low budget system. That's great for the potential candidates. Thank you very much. So it's time now to present an additional course. We have here the president of the course of molecular biology, medical chemistry, and computer science for pharmaceutical applications. So it is my pleasure to leave the word to Professor Inga Lina, who's joining us for the next presentation. Imagine, no? Ah. This
you need to show the screen.
And then
okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so thanks for the introduction. Thanks for the organizing for this afternoon, and welcome for the description of the pharmaceutical and biological and biomedical courses. So I'm Professor Cinzia Lina, the coordinator of the degree program in molecular biology, medicinal chemistry, and computer science for pharmaceutical application, which is a brand new bachelor degree program. Before starting the description of the program, let me give you some information regarding the program. So it's an inter-faculty program sharing between pharmacy and medicine faculty and the information of engineering, informatics, and statistics. And as it is a bachelor program, it lasts 3 years, and the degree code is L29, belonging to the science and pharmaceutical technologies area. Of course, the course is delivered completely in English, and the place of the course is in Latina campus. So Latina is a city 60 kilometers far away from Rome in the south. In the south, and it's a really young city, less than 100 years old, and is hosting some degree program from Sapienza. So we have, of course, smaller campus hosting the Faculty of Pharmacy and Medicine with other courses like medicine or nursing, but also from the pharmaceutical areas like chemistry and pharmaceutical technologies, and also other degree programs belonging to other faculties like economics and engineering. Here you can see the main square with the city hall of the Latina, and also we have student accommodation, which is really close to the city center and to the main buildings where the lectures and laboratories are. Before going into the details of the degree program, just let me show you the background idea that drove us to build this degree program. Actually, the objective of the medicinal chemistry, molecular biology, and computer science for pharmaceutical application program was to achieve to form actually graduate students with a strong background in these three main research fields, has to face the challenge process of the modern drug discovery and development and the delivering process that needs to integrate, so to blend these three different skills among the computer science, so information technologies, molecular biology, and medicinal chemistry. So the graduate students from this degree program will have a strong and solid interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary, and multidisciplinary pathway. Blending actually these three pillars, these three main research areas. Another focus point of this degree program is the language. So it's delivered entirely in English, so to let the graduate students to face the labor market both in national and international environment. Finally, the internationalization of the degree program is, from one hand, regarding the possibility, of course, to have international students, but also international professors that gives lectures, and also to promote the international mobility of both students and professors. It's important to highlight that this degree program is the first degree program in Europe that really amalgamates these three competencies in molecular biology, medicinal chemistry, and computer science. Actually, there's no other courses in Europe, and there's only one degree course in the United States of America at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, the MIT, but is limiting the integration between computer science and molecular biology, so missing the competences and the skills regarding the pharmaceutical and medicinal chemistry area. So at the end of the degree process, we can have actually focused on these three pillars areas. We can have two different professional figures. One, it's an expert an expert figure in biomolecular disciplines integrated with computer science, and the other one is an expert in the pharmaceutical chemistry disciplines integrated with informatics. So the computer science and informative technologies are sharing in between these two different figures. So the professional opportunities of the graduated students in this degree program will be on research centers, both private and public, organization or industries, focused on the development of drug discovery or food supplements, nutraceuticals, pharmaceuticals, or also to integrated with, of course, informative technologies, but also, of course, involved in the biomolecular and biochemical fields. Graduates in this degree program, we will have also the opportunity to find a job in the hospital center, but also in academia, in research group, or continue with the master's degree courses. So now let's describe a little bit briefly the study plan. So the study plan is characterized, structured in basic teaching activities, characterizing teaching activities, related or supplementary teaching activities, and elective courses. The attendance, of course, of these lectures is not mandatory, but of course strongly recommended. So to achieve the degree, the students must collect 180 credits, which are distributed over the 3 years in 147 credits for mandatory courses involving traditional teaching approach, both also numerical exercises or laboratory work. We will have 3 different laboratory practices, and elective courses for a total of 18 credits chosen by the student. At the 3rd year, so at the last year of the degree program, we will have also a mandatory internship for a total of 3 credits, 75 hours, and the students will also achieve an eligibility assessment for the certification of advanced English skills for a C1 level for a total of 6 credits. Finally, after achieving 174 credits, the students will have the access to the final graduation exam. So the mandatory courses, So the mandatory courses are, as I said before, with the these three reference area, molecular biology, medicinal chemistry, and computer science. As we can see here, the mandatory courses are completely balanced between among these 3 research areas. So we will have, the students will have 6 courses among the chemical, pharmaceutical, and technological disciplines, 6 courses among the biomedical disciplines, and finally 6 courses in the mathematical, physical, and computer and statistical sciences. At the end, the students will also have to choose to select 3 different elective courses, so that the students will have can actually decide if he or she is more interested in the biomedical field or in the pharmaceutical or medicinal chemistry field. So just let me describe a little bit the 3-year courses. So these are the courses for the first year. So just during the first year, we will have the basic the theoretical basic courses, so mathematics, principal and general and organic chemistry, physics and statistics, but also the first laboratory work with among the in the computer science, so introduction and programming laboratory. The students will also have to select 2 different elective courses for a total of 12 credits among all the courses in Sapienza. Of course, these courses needs to agree with the degree program, and the students has also to select 1 optional course among these 3 courses: fundamental of macrobiology, fundamentals of pharmacology, and fundamentals of biophysics. During the second year, the students will deepen the knowledge in the biochemistry and molecular biology field, and also will complete the preparation according to the design and analysis of algorithms and principle of medicinal chemistry. In the third year, the students will complete the preparation and the knowledge on the computer science with the machine learning and computational biology. We also have knowledge according to the pathology, immunology, and molecular biology techniques, and finally the medicinal chemistry. During the third year, the students will be implied in the carrying out the internship activities. So the internship activities can be carried out in internal laboratories or in external laboratories, like in the industries, having under the guidance of a tutor. So during this internship, the students will have the opportunity to deepen the knowledge of a problem, of the real world problem. So to deepen the knowledge of analytical tools, data analysis, or laboratory techniques, molecular biology techniques. And he or she will have also the opportunity to continue, if interested, the internship with the thesis work for the final exam. The final exam so consists in a discussion centered on the thesis prepared by the students. So the thesis documents actually the work of the students. So the students need to write, present, and discuss his work. Can be either compilatory or experimental work. If it's compilatory, the student needs to focus the knowledge in a particular topic, on a particular topic. Otherwise, if it's an experimental work, the student can continue the work done during the internship, or can deepen his knowledge in another laboratory. In a laboratory, of course, always inside Sapienza or outside. The work should be, of course, clearly defined, the research problem that being explored, and it can incorporate, of course, inside the game during the practical training under the guidance of a tutor. Now let's move to the enrollment of the new academic year. Unfortunately, the call hasn't published yet, so we need to wait, hopefully, until before the end of this month. I think less than 10 days, 10 days or 2 weeks. So the places for this degree program is a total of 50 places, organized in 20 places reserved to the European candidates, and 30 places reserved for the non-European candidates. So just let me briefly describe all these steps, the fundamental steps actually. So the first step is to have the English Talk F assessments, or the SIT, or Talk CAFA. So to get the score that should exceed 0, candidates needs to register and participate, of course, to the examination. For the non-European candidates, the non-European candidates has to submit a pre-acceptance letter following the application via pre-selection platform, and then The third step is the online pre-enrollment application to obtain the university enrollment and the student. Alla fine sì. Finally, after the call will be published, students need to register to the selection, paying a contribution of 10 euros on InfoStud, and then we will have a ranking list. After the ranking list, this is a new step introduced this year. We will have an oral interview, so the students need to apply to an oral interview. Finally, they will be released and published the final ranking list, and they will have the enrollment phase for the successful applicants. Here I'm just sharing you some reference websites. So this is the web page of the department, and this is the web page of the last academic year degree course. So coming soon will be published the new academic year. So thanks for the attention. These are just some contacts, my email address and the address of the teaching secretariat, Luciano Gamore, and wait for the 2025 and 2026 academic year.
Okay, here we are, perfectly on time. So thank you very much, Professor Ingalina, for this overview of this new bachelor degree course. Now we move to the next one, which is the course in bioinformatics, and the third presentation will be given by Professor Paiardini. So please, Alessandro Paiardini, join us and help me to find your presentation here.
It's the first one on the left.
Okay, here it is. Let's share the screen.
Oh, sorry, this is the last slide. I start from here, from the first one. Okay, so thank you very much. I promise you that I will keep it as short as possible, not to bore you too much. So I'm here to present this new course in bioinformatics. I'm the president of the course. Okay. Perhaps bioinformatics is not as famous as medicine or other courses, so I think that it's time to try to explain you the importance of these fields in science and in biomedicine. So I would start with this slide showing you that the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2024 was assigned to 3 bioinformaticians, David Baker, Dennis Hassabis, and John Jumper, in a field that is typical of bioinformatics and is called protein three-dimensional structure prediction and protein engineering. This is just to stress on the fact how bioinformatics is important, and there is sort of hype at this moment in this field. So how can we define this topic, this bioinformatics? So bioinformatics is the conjunction of biology and computer science, hand in hand to study the instructions, the manual of instructions of life at every level. So starting from molecules through increasing complexes levels of organization, so cells, organisms, and populations. Which are the main topics which are studied by bioinformatics. So if you start a career as a bioinformatician, you will start studying stuff like data mining, evolution, artificial intelligence, and analysis of what is called the proteome and the genome. So the ensemble of proteins and genes which are present in any organism. And last but not least, the field that I study actually, you will also involved in design new drugs. So I will provide you with a few examples of what bioinformatics can do nowadays. So with bioinformatics, for example, as also stressed by Cinzia, you can start rational design of new drugs. So you can find new drugs and curing new diseases using those kind of approaches. You can start engineering new proteins, hopefully to find new cures for cancer or for other diseases. You can apply very novel techniques like CRISPR-Cas technology in order to modify our genome at the very single nucleotide level, and again, just to cure diseases which are genetic. And last but not least, for example, you can study the structure and function of pathogens like viruses, bacteria, and to find vaccines, for example, for new pandemics. So those are the fields in which bioinformatics is mainly involved. Last but not least, it's very important to consider that bioinformatics underwent a sort of revolution recently thanks to the implementation of approaches of artificial intelligence in this field. So as you can gather, perhaps bioinformatics is a very high-level multidisciplinary study, which involves the study of chemistry, biochemistry, biology, statistics, mathematics, engineering, computer science. So it's somewhat scaring considering this point, but actually, according to me, this is an advantage for scientists because nowadays scientists is inherently multidisciplinary. And this is reflected, this is mirrored also by the fact that bioinformatics comes from the join of three faculties. So we have pharmacy and medicine, the faculty of information engineering, computer science and statistics, and the faculty of mathematical, physical and natural sciences. To enter this career, you have to attend an exam, that is the Talk F, and we have a limited number of places, 50, but usually they are sufficient. In this way, we can also keep a very nice ratio between the number of students and number of teachers. And of course, no English language proficiency certificate is required at the beginning, so it's sufficient that you pass the exam, the English Talk F. Okay, I will go very fast in this part. So how is the organization, the study plan of this course? So the first year you have the very basic studies of mathematics, chemistry, physics, biology, along with, and that's important, with computer science. You deepen such approach during the second year, in which you start studying molecular biology, biochemistry, pharmaceutical chemistry, immunology, and so on. And at the same time, you keep studying computer science and bioinformatics. What is most important is the third year, because in the third year, you had very a number of choices to deepen your knowledge, which can be directed, which can be split between the informatics world and the biology world. This is very important because bioinformatics, of course, is a bachelor degree, but there's an advantage over many other courses that is given by the fact that you have access after bioinformatics to a long range of master degrees in the medical area, like medical biotechnology, pharmaceutical biotechnology, in the biological area, and here you have two master's degrees in English, genetics and molecular biology and biochemistry. And finally, and most importantly, you have also access to information technologies and engineering area like data science and engineering in computer science, which are in English. So as you can notice, the choice is really very large. Of course, you can go ahead with your studies in bioinformatics also in other universities. During your bachelor degree in bioinformatics, you can attend the Erasmus program, but of course, like any other course here in Sapienza, that is, of course, an international university. What about the market of bioinformaticians? Bioinformaticians, needless to say, for their expertise, at the same time, in life sciences and computer science are highly, highly requested, particularly in the topics that you see here and by the industry. And that's it, actually. So I promise you that I will start and that's it. So this is my email in case you have doubts. I leave you to the official site of Bioinformatics for any technical details. And most importantly, I ask you to make contacts also for any doubts to our teaching manager, Maria Carbone, who is the best for the talk. So thank you very much. Welcome to the Bioinformatics workshop.
All right, thank you very much, Professor Paiardini, for this nice overview. And after getting a lot of information on the two major courses, medicine and dentistry, after having heard about some bachelor degree courses such as nursing, molecular biology, etc., for pharmaceutical application and bioinformatics, now we have a master degree program presented by the president of the course,
Vice President.
Okay, Professor Di Salvo, who will tell you more about biochemistry, the course in biochemistry. You should have your PowerPoint presentation open down here. Yes, full screen.
No, sorry. I take you. Okay, hello everybody. Thanks for inviting us to this presentation. I'm talking about the master's degree in biochemistry. Master's degree, I don't know how many students are Italian here who listen. Master's degree is the laurea magistrale, okay? So it comes after the bachelor degree. The master's degree in biochemistry belongs to the biotechnology class of laurea. It's run by the Department of Biochemistry here at Sapienza, and it's an interfaculty degree between the Faculty of Pharmacy and Medicine and the Faculty of Science. Right? Okay, what are the target students of the master's degree in biochemistry? Students that have a bachelor degree in biological sciences, in biotechnology, and here in Sapienza there are two biotechnology courses, bioinformatics, molecular biology, etc., that was presented before, and also students in chemistry, but they will need to do some additional exams to enter our course. This is the only degree of this kind in Italy. So there is only the degree of biochemistry in Sapienza, and this is, kind of strange because the master's degree in biochemistry in Europe and all over the world, especially in the USA, are very common. So we thought that was kind of weird, so we decided to make one. And the very good thing about our degree, I think, is that if you graduate in biochemistry and you go around the world, they will understand exactly what you have done. So your background in biochemistry is very clear all over the world. So the aim of our biochemistry program is to make the students develop a multidisciplinary, of course. This is a word that is very much used nowadays. So a multidisciplinary mindset toward biology and biotechnology with a strong emphasis on biochemical methodologies. So the methodological part is very important for us to be able to invent and to run experiments, and a rigorous scientific approach. So work opportunities are many, of course. You can decide to keep doing your research in the academic world, but also in the public research institution. So you can complete your study after the master's degree with a PhD programs. And I would like to remind you that in our department, the Department of Biochemistry at Sapienza, we run 3 PhD degrees, so you can choose between those. You can have roles of responsibilities in pharmaceutical industries. You can be a scientific consultant. Of course, you will be able to work in research laboratories all around the world, in multinational companies, because the degree is in English, so you'll be recognized. And also, this is important, being a laureate in biotechnology. You will be able to enroll in the Professional National Order of Biologists, and also apply for calls in the public and private health service. And of course, if you like to teach, you will be able also to apply for teacher in high school. So let me go very quickly into the educational path, the piano di studi. So in the first year, you go through something that you might have studied in your bachelor degrees. So bioorganic chemistry, enzyme mechanism, and organic chemistry reaction that are related to biochemistry, so the life of cell. And then you have a pretty big exam on cellular biochemistry and molecular biology, but always with a focus on biochemical mechanisms. And then you have then you go through the exam, which is called Structure and Function of Macromolecules. So we'll talk about pretty much structure of proteins and methodologies to find out the structure of proteins, and also macro complexes. And then there is an exam about microorganisms and plant biochemistry. And although let's say the course might be oriented a little bit more toward humans, it's although very important to have a good background in biochemistry of plant and microorganism, because they are very important from a biotechnological point of view. Second semester, you go through human stuff. So you have a class in physiopathology and pharmacology. And then you have something about computational biology and bioinformatics, as you heard before, because of course it is a very important background for a biochemist. And then finally, although, I mean, you've been to the lab with some of the courses that I just showed you before, this is a big course which is principally taught in the lab. So we go to the lab and do biochemical and molecular biology techniques. So we will learn how to purify DNA, work on it, purify proteins, and characterize enzymes and so forth. And then you have some courses in which you apply your biochemical knowledge into biotechnologies. The first one is about, let's say, industrial biotechnology. So you will learn about metabolic and protein engineering. And then next year, the first exam would be the application of your knowledge in biochemistry toward medical and pharmaceutical biotechnologies. And then in the second year, you have some so-called transversal skills, which are useful in the world, in your working world. So you will study some regulatory and ethical aspect of research, which we think are very important for a scientist. And then you have an exam in communication skills, and another one on data analysis and interpretation, because we really believe that a good scientist and a good biochemist should be able to analyze data from a statistical point of view, and also be able to communicate them to the outside world. And then pretty much the second year is devoted to, especially the second semester of the second year, is devoted to the laboratory work for the experimental thesis. Also in the second year, you can choose between 3 elective courses that you can choose within some panels. So we imagine three areas: the very deep biochemical area, in which we have something like biophysical chemistry and enzyme kinetics. Then we have a medical and pharmaceutical area, and then we have a computational area. So if you come from bioinformatics, then you can deepen your knowledge in computational biology, also in biochemistry. So since we have a course which is taught in English, and biochemistry is recognized worldwide, we are very, very deep into international activities. As you know, Sapienza is part of an European alliance of 10 universities, which is called CEVIS, and particularly we work together with at least 4 of those that are University of Tübingen, Stockholm Universität, Université de Aix-Marseille, and the University of Bucharest in Romania. So we have many students that went out in those universities to study and to do their thesis. So we're actually, pretty much international. So you have many international opportunities. You have the biochemistry webinar series, sorry. Then you have few BIP, which are the blended intensive programs, that are programs that you follow online during the year, and then you gather all together for 1 week somewhere in some university of the CEVIS Alliance. The next one will be actually in Marseille at the beginning of June, and I'm going there. We're going there to work. And it's going to be about molecular biology and structure of protein. We have at least 3 of these BIP programs. Then we have within the Erasmus Plus program, we have 7 positions which are reserved for biochemistry students to go do their experimental thesis abroad. And the new thing, this is very cool, we're very proud of it. We've been working for this for the last 6 years. We are starting next year the multiple degree. Multiple degree is a new thing also within Sapienza, pretty much. Very hard to organize because you have to put together at least 4 universities around Europe. So you have to put together the scientific part, but also the administrative part. That was a very, very difficult task, let's say with a euphemism, a difficult task. So the multiple degree is called International Master of Science in Biochemistry, and it's held by 4 universities. It's us. Then there is Université de Aix-Marseille, Universitates Bucharesti, something like this. And that's anyway, the University of Bucharest, and then the University of Tübingen. And then we have associated partners, which are a couple of African universities that might join later. And the multiple degree works in this way. You start your first year, so the first 2 semesters in your home university, so let's say Sapienza. Then the 3rd semester, you go in another one of those 3 universities to choose a specialization field that can be biophysics in Marseille, the omic sciences in Bucharest, enzymology in Sapienza, and molecular biology in Tübingen. So you do your 3rd semester there, okay? And then for the 4th semester, which is the one devoted to the thesis, you go to a 3rd university, okay? And at the end of it, you will have 3 diplomas. So you get a diploma from each one of the university in which you have been, okay? This is the first year we're starting that. It's complicated, but I think it's very interesting because you study in 3 different places, and you learn different things, you meet different people, different ways of working and living, and so I think it's very interesting. Let me go to the end. So the admission requirements to the master's degree in biochemistry, we have 50 positions, of which 7 are for extra European citizens. The admission, it's direct if you studied bioinformatics, biotechnology, molecular biology, and in biological science at Sapienza, or like in Italian University. So in this way, you're admitted automatically to the selection procedure. If you hold a bachelor degree, let's say in chemistry, you will need to give some more additional exams in order to fulfill the requirements in the biological fields. And also you can come from physics, but you have to do the same thing. The language requirement is a B2 in English, but don't worry if you don't have one, because we will do an interview in which we will assess your knowledge of English. So you don't really need a certificate. Let's move quickly, because all the information about the admission test, you can find them. Let's actually scroll over. So all the information can be found in the Catalogo dei corsi di studio. So you will find everything there, and I would suggest you read very, very carefully the call for the application, because it's not super easy to apply to a master's degree in Sapienza, so you have to read it very well. If you have any questions, please email us at this email address. We will try to answer all the questions. Well, I think it's everything, and so we're open, I guess, to questions, because it was the last talk.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Paiardini. What we are gonna do now is to have a short video summarizing the information on the last courses that you have heard about. And then we will open the question and answer session. So I ask Paula.
Are you interested in the biochemical pharmaceutical field? As of now, you can study these subjects in English at Sapienza University. You can attend the MA course in biochemistry, the BA course in bioinformatics, and the BA course in molecular biology, medicinal chemistry, and computer science for pharmaceutical applications at the historical campus in Rome or at campus in Latina. Sapienza University of Rome is one of the oldest universities in the world and enjoys a high ranking in the international hierarchy of research institutions. Courses in the biochemical pharmaceutical sector are specifically tailor-made and are unique both in Italy and in Europe. These courses have a highly interdisciplinary approach and are attended by students from all over the world. In addition to classes being delivered in English, it is standard practice to involve foreign visiting professors, as well as promote the international mobility both of students and of faculty members, so as to fulfill our ambition to represent an international point of reference in the biochemical pharmaceutical field. MA courses are meant for Italian and foreign students with a degree in biological sciences, biotechnologies, chemistry, and physics. Please remember that access to BA courses is limited. Make sure you identify the right admission test on the dedicated online platforms. At Sapienza, you will be able to use our numerous structures and facilities, libraries and reading rooms, many of which open 24 hours a day. Help desk and guidance services are also delivered in English, while several sports, socializing, and study-friendly resources are at your disposal. You will work in scientific laboratories suited to your course's requirements, where you will take part in group exercises, make critical evaluations of the results, implement lab protocols, and become a competent and reliable professional. Your future prospects will be boosted thanks to the many agreements existing between Sapienza and local as well as national sectoral companies, which provide traineeships. Further support to the curriculum is offered not only by local companies, but also by the Italian Biologists Association, the Italian National Research Centre, CNR, and many other players on the market. You may also study in other European countries, thanks to the many agreements on European mobility of the Erasmus programme, an extremely useful experience with a view to writing your final dissertation. Do you wish to work in companies or private and public research centers in the biochemical pharmaceutical field? Do you wish to have an academic career at international level? If so, the international courses at Sapienza are for you. They will open up a world of global professional opportunities.
Okay, here we are. So we now have time for some questions and answers. I wonder whether some people connected online want to ask something through the chat, or someone here in the room has any questions or comments, additional information we may want to provide. Let's see. So, okay, so let's go with the let's see, this stuff was already, the IMAT was already addressed. Okay, quite general question. Let's see if we have forgotten to add something about medicine. Let's think about if there is some information we want to provide, additional information, something we might think of. If not, other questions are still on the IMAT test. The logical and math parts are difficult for students of different levels. There are many types of logical and math questions, and their solving methods are not the same. So are the Sapienza University lectures and the practice question they provide enough for IMAT exam? The similar types of questions come in the real test. Of course, the preparation course is tailored on the IMAT. So I would say that that's the case. So don't worry and go for it. The short answer is yes. Let's see if there are additional. Okay, let's see here, something else showing up. For the last two bachelor degrees, both talks F and home, yes, work.
Yeah, English don't have works for both. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a yes. They work for both. They both work.
Yeah.
Let's see if there is anything else. Let's wait.
The first one.
No, it's the question. I want to ask you.
Yeah, I think that this. Okay, I want to ask after completing medical degree, if I want to do practice in Italy as a doctor, do I have to pass licensing exam in English or Italian to practice in Italy? No, I don't know if you want to answer, but the short answer is no. Now the degree program is directly giving you the licensing habilitation, let's say. So it's not like in the past. Now you can directly practice.
But you know, in order to practice in Italy, you must know Italian language.
Yeah, again, we want to stress that of course you do need the good knowledge of the Italian language.
To apply to the order of.
And you have to, and of course, you have to join the professional order in Italy, of course, if you want to work in Italy, for sure.
And the thesis, there is during the thesis, there is representative.
It seems that there are no additional questions. So if that's the case, I would ask our great Fabrizio to send maybe the last, as a cameo, the last thoughts and feelings of our students, current students.
Cześć, dzień dobry, jestem Gabriela.
Hi, I'm undergraduate. xin chào, tôi tên là Lâm.
ノーはサピエンザ大学の医学部の英語コースに通っています。
We because international courses are approved by the World Federation for Medical Education.
Studiuję na Uniwersytecie La Sapienza w Rzymie, ponieważ jest to jeden z najbardziej starych uniwersytetów na całym świecie, a także jest w czołówce międzynarodowych instytutów badawczych.
イギリスやアメリカの大学に比べて学費や安いのが魅力的でここに来ました。
Dlaczego Rzym? Rzym to nie tylko miasto wielokulturowe, ale też idealne na studencką kieszeń ekonomiczne.
Có lẽ là do các thành phố lớn khác trên thế giới thì ở Rome thì là thành phố thấp hơn khá là nhiều và nó rất là dễ chịu.
Ponieważ mogę korzystać z innowacyjnych struktur, 2 szpitali uniwersyteckich, a także wielu dodatkowych aktywności, które wzbogacają moje doświadczenie tutaj.
Because here I can find tutoring, counseling, of excellence, and teaching of medical humanities, all in English.
Các sinh viên tốt nghiệp tại khóa học y bằng tiếng Anh này họ có thể dễ dàng tìm được công việc tại Rome, cả nước Ý và thậm chí trên toàn thế giới.
Perché a partire da qui voglio costruire un futuro nella medicina davvero internazionale.
Im dłużej się tu żyje, tak naprawdę tym bardziej człowiek chce je odkrywać, to miasto i wszystko, co może nam zaproponować, więc chciałabym również zobaczyć, czy w przyszłości nie chciałabym tutaj zostać, żyć i pracować.
I chose Sapienza to study medicine in Rome, a city that is unique in the world. See you in Sapienza.
Dyma Mata, do zobaczenia wkrótce. W takim razie, to do zobaczenia.
That's all.
And that's all.
Yes, that's really all. I ask if there are additional remarks or things to add in the room here. If not, we are looking forward to meeting you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.